Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome here. My name is Eleanor Josefina, and today you guys, I will be sharing with you guys the baby names that my husband and I have picked out. I am 26 weeks pregnant today, so I'm in my 6th month, which is really exciting. This is my first child. My husband has 2 children from a previous marriage. We are really excited to have another little one joining our family. So my due date is January 9th of 2023. So we're gonna get started. Just so you guys know, I have a lot more girls' names than boys' names. So I'm gonna share the girls' names first and then the boys' names. And then if you stay till the end, I will be sharing the names that are like our top picks for naming our child. I'm gonna share these names, and we're not sharing any middle names as of right now. So the middle name and the gender are what's a mystery. So that's kind of why we're sharing the names. I know some people want to keep it a secret. We're excited to share that with you guys and with like family members, obviously in January. Starting out with the girls' names, first one we have is Flor or Flora, which means flower in Spanish, depending on which one you use. Just love that name, Flor, Flora. Kind of reminds me of like fauna and flora. Another one that we really love, but will not be using especially just for our first child, we really love it, is Mabel. I just think it's a cute name. I think Mabel is just such a cute name. I know it's kind of old school, but I love the name Mabel. Genevieve, another one is Guinevere, and Ophelia. And those I feel like are really pretty names. Again, I love them, just won't be using them. The next name that we have is Sybil. I like the name. Charlie, I don't think so much, but I love the name Sybil. If you guys have ever watched the show Downton Abbey, that's where I got the name from. So the youngest sister who ends up dying, spoiler alert, who ends up dying in that series, her name was Sybil. Next one is Hadassah, which is a biblical name. I love the name Hadassah. I wouldn't name it with this child just because my stepdaughter, so Charlie's oldest daughter, his name is Rose, then Hanya and Hadassah. I think it's just, I don't know, they're a little bit too similar of names, the H and the A, I don't know. Next one is Juniper. I think Juniper is the cutest darn name. I really do. It's kind of a nature name, once again, kind of like flora and fauna. I love it. And it's coming back in a popular sense for like a fragrance, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, but I do love the name Juniper for like maybe one of my future kids, our future kids. Clara or Clara, I thought that was really pretty. Loren, so Loren, but not Loren, Loren. So like Sophia Loren, so it's Loren, that's pretty. Another nature name for you guys, Fern. I think it's a cute name. I know it's kind of old school. I think it's so cute though. This one I found on Instagram. So I stumbled across someone's Instagram account, and that is Ginevra. I think that's how you pronounce it, Ginevra or Ginevra. I'm not really quite sure where it comes from. Again, I just stumbled across this lady's Instagram and I just thought it was a beautiful name. And another one I really like is Alicia. So not Alicia, not Alice, you know, I like Alicia, but I just love the name Alicia. It just sounds really like elegant and pretty. These next 2 names are very similar, but Sophia or Zophia, obviously Sophia is a very common name, and that's probably why I wouldn't do it, because it's kind of common. So I like the name Zophia, but I like it, I don't love it though. The next one is Juliet. I don't think we would ever name our child this, but I just think it's such a cute, strong name. Again, like Guinevere and Genevieve and Ophelia and Juliet, I feel like they're very like romantic, you know, medieval names. I don't know why I feel that way, but I just feel like they're just so beautiful. Another one that kind of falls in that category is Aurora. So if you guys have obviously ever watched the movie Sleeping Beauty, the princess in that, his name is Aurora. And another name that I kind of like along those lines is Honora. I've only heard it once before, and it was a friend of mine's daughter's middle name. So Aurora and Honora. So a couple more for the girls is Zara. Really love this name, have always loved this name. But then you have the clothing store Zara, so I'm like, I don't know. Jane. Jane is such a cute name. I love the name Jane. Again, it's one of those names that's like, I really like, super cute, but I don't know if we'd ever name our child that, and probably definitely not our first child. And then I have Fiona. I just think Fiona. I just love those medieval kind of names. I kind of associate with Shrek just a little bit, but I think it's a cute name. I think Fiona is just such an adorable name. And then the last one I have for the girls' names is Maeve, M-A-E-V-E. I met a girl years ago that I used to work with, and her name was Maeve. Just like the way it sounds. So Maeve is a pretty one. Okay, on to boys' names. Again, there's not half as many boys' names as there are girls' names, but this is what I have for our boys' list. I don't know why it's harder to name boys. I don't know, I think there's just so many like cute little girls' names. For boys' names, we have Gabriel, strong name, biblical name. I just like it. And then we have, you guys, I love the name Judah so much. Another name that I really, really do like, but I don't think we'll be using because it's just so common, is Benjamin, and then another one is Charles. We won't be doing that for our first child, at least for sure. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna name one of our kids after their dad. I do love the name Charles so much, but I just don't know if we're gonna do it. And then the last two that I really like that are very similar are Willard and William. Really strong names. I think they're super cute. I don't know, I feel like those like cool names are kind of coming back now. Like Eleanor is coming back, the name Eleanor, like these older names, they're coming back. And I love the cuteness of the name Willard, but I do think it's a cute name. I do think William's a cute name. It's just not on my top picks. Okay, you guys, so now we're on to the finals. So I will do, again, the girls first and then the boys. We are like 90% sure we are going to be naming our children one of these names, depending on obviously if it's a girl or a boy. So we have a top 3 pick for girls and a top 3 pick for boys. So one of our top picks for a girl's name is Josefina, with an F-I-N-A instead of a P-H. I know like my YouTube and like Instagram name are Eleanor Josefina, but it is a name that runs on both Charlie and my side of the family. On Charlie's side, I'm pretty sure it's just Josephine and not Josefina, but on my side, my Puerto Rican side of my family, it is Josefina. And I just think it's such a beautiful, beautiful, strong name. It runs in both of our sides of our family, which is kind of just like amazing. I just don't know how often that happens. So even though I know it's part of my YouTube name, I just love the name Josefina. So for nicknames for Josefina, we've come up with, obviously the obvious is like Josie or Jovi. So she would go by one of those 2 nicknames. The next one I have is Esperanza, which means hope in Spanish. I love that name. I love the name Esperanza. I love the name Esmeralda. If you guys don't know that name is in like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the movie. I love the name Esmeralda, but I feel like it's just a little bit too, I don't know, for me, it's just not for me personally. I just don't love it, but I do love the name Esperanza, and I'm not sure about nicknames about that one. Yeah, I love the name Esperanza. And then the other name we have is Olivette. So Charlie and I really loved the name Olive. When we were dating, there was someone we knew that named their child Olive. And we were like, oh, I love that name. Not Olivia. I love Olivia, but I feel like it's very, very common. And I was like, oh, just Olive. Cute Olive, super cute. But my stepkids and their mom named their dog Olive. So we will not be using Olive anymore, but Olivette. So Olivette in the Bible is a mountain. It's called the Mount of Olives or Mount Olivet. And I just think it's a pretty name. I think Olivette, even if you didn't know it was a biblical thing, I just think it's a beautiful name. So Olivette. So those are our 3 top names for girls: Josefina, Esperanza, and Olivette. And then for boys' names. Okay, so this is what we have for boys' names picked out. The first one is Woods. This is another name that came from Charlie and me when we were dating. There is a band called Wilder Woods, and it was one of our first dates. And we went on this date, and then obviously as our kind of relationship progressed, we kind of obviously talked about kids' names, and I was like, I kind of like the name Woods, you know, when we went to that concert. And he was like, I was thinking the same thing. So it's one of those names that, like, I don't know, we both just knew we really loved. I don't know, there's just something about it that kind of connected both of us to it. So Woods. So the next one I have is Jonah. Obviously a biblical name in the Bible, Jonah the whale. I just like the name. Charlie's like, he likes the name. He doesn't want to name our first child that. So this is kind of on my, list for final contenders, but it's not on Charlie's, so we'll see how that one goes. And the last one I have that I absolutely love is Wesley. I love the name Wesley for a boy. I love the nickname Wes. I just think it's so cute. But that is it, you guys. Those are the names that Charlie, my husband, and I have picked out. And those are kind of the final contenders. I am super excited. I cannot believe I'm 2/3 of the way through my pregnancy. Like, I can't believe how fast it kind of goes. And yeah, come January 9th or January 10th or whenever, we're gonna have a little bundle of joy, and I'm so excited. But you guys, if you have like any other names that you think would go along with these names, please leave them in the description box below. Again, we're not like 100% sure on baby names, or put it in just like the description box below names that you absolutely love, because I do read all the comments on these videos. But that is it, you guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you did like this video. It helps me know that you guys do enjoy videos like this. If you have any other video ideas, please leave them down in the description description box below. Make sure to subscribe so you can come hang out with me and see kind of just like my pregnancy progress. And I make videos about being a stepmom and fashion, modeling, stuff like that. So I make a lot of different kinds of videos, but I'm so happy you guys are here. I love you guys all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.